What's up, guys? Welcome to the new season of modded RimWorld. Hopefully those of you that were wondering how to install this stuff checked out that video that I posted. It should be up before this, hopefully. If all goes according to plan, that is. Yeah, I made a video showing you guys how to install it. For those of you that didn't know how to do it or didn't necessarily want to just like read the instructions and try it yourself, you wanted to see it done, I made that video for you guys. So hopefully it was helpful to at least a few of you. In this episode, we're gonna pretty much make everything. I am using the ultimate overhaul pack provided by Nine Finger. Sorry about that. Using the July 9th version for Alpha 11, not 11B, Alpha 11 specifically. I'm also using the Easy Mode Defenses patch that adds the embrasures, trenches, and barbed wire back into the game. That way we can have a little bit of an easier time with defense. So yeah, that's what I'm using for this pack. The darkness will be back to how it was in the beginning, except I have a slight tweak to it, so it should be brighter than last time, but still actually pretty dark. And I think it'll be fine once we get some lights up outside. It'll help out a lot. But I enjoy the brightness, and hopefully, or darkness rather. Hopefully you guys do too. I think that's enough talking. Let's go ahead and get started. Let's create a new world. What are we gonna name the seed? That is a good question. I'm gonna name it "Please Don't Kill Me." Generate. Please don't kill me. This is the world we got. Old Al-Safi. We will save and finish that. I'm not sure where we're going to build, but I think we're going to do an actual cave-like complex structure sort of thing. Let's go ahead and make a new colony. Now, we do have a few new AI options. I believe we've seen this one before. Serenez Sadistic. The Rogue Federation Peacekeeper Corps Commander. Serenez has a mountain of painful stories because of her former job nature. In her story, characters usually face their doom after writhing in agony. She loves these kinds of stories. Then we have a Scepter Periodic. She attacks once per week. This one is new to me, Hildegard Epic. A veteran of the Grim Mechanoid War and Skald of Jotunheim Assault Infantry Corps, Hildegard's songs are full of flame and courage, like Jotunheim's prime people themselves. That sounds interesting, but also scary. This is the Wave Survival mode. Lovely beard. We're gonna actually play, and I'm trying to decide what we're gonna do. Last time we tried Cassandra Classic on Rough, and it still didn't work out. I'm thinking we might go Phoebe Rough, because this season specifically, I want to actually experience the mod pack. So I think for at least the beginning, we'll play on Phoebe, just so we can actually figure out the research stuff, figure out what we need to get first, and what's helpful, how we can build things, what resources we need, and then later on, once we're a little more set up, we can always change to a different AI or just increase Phoebe's difficulty. Because it says beware, if she's set at a high challenge scale, she'll hit as hard as anyone. I'm, like I said, super new. Well, I didn't say it this time, but I've said it before. I'm super new to this mod pack. It's what you guys have seen is as far as I've ever made it in the mod pack. So I think we're gonna go with Phoebe here. We're gonna be playing on this world. Hopefully you guys are okay with that. I'm assuming I'm getting some new subs because Nine Finger, the author of the mod, was kind enough to put a link to my page on the mod page, so some of you guys coming to check out the mod. Hopefully this will help you guys see what's in the mod rather than just watching me die a slow and painful death. And for those of you that are new to the mod pack like me, we'll learn together and hopefully have some laughs along the way. I don't think we're going to be doing anything too crazy. We're doing an Arid Shrubland in Vanilla series, which is actually going pretty well. If you guys haven't checked it out, I definitely recommend checking it out. I actually really like that colony. I think we might do perhaps maybe a boreal forest, so it'll be a little colder. We'll have an actual growing season. I think we'll probably do something like that. And we are going to be digging into the mountains, so we'll need to get some research up. That way we can't get hydroponics. Is this going to be smart? This might not actually be smart, because we'll have a specific growing season and we won't be able to grow indoors for probably quite a while. So you know what? I'm going to change my mind. I'm going to back out. I'm going to filthy casual it up. Probably like down here somewhere. Down here. I want year-round growing, but not sandstone. Please not sandstone. Just give me some rocks. This is next to a desert. Limestone, that's perfect. Oh, that's so good. So we're going to be at 43.2. Oh, yeah, that reminds me. I'm going to put this stuff in the description below. I'm going to make a little Dropbox, and I'll leave it active for a little while. And it's going to have all this stuff set up in it. But 43.2 degrees east, 18.67 degrees north. I'm going to make a large map and select that. You know what? We're going to make a normal size map because there's a lot of stuff that goes on in this. Yeah, so all of this, once we touch down, I'll provide the world and the save for you guys and the prepare carefully that I've set up, and you guys will be able to play along. I thought it would be kind of cool if you guys could, or not if you could, but if you wanted to, download it and play it, and see like kind of how your story differs a little bit. We are going to be using prepare carefully. I'm going to pause the recording to do some stuff. Daniel W has requested to be one of the victims of this season of modded RimWorld, so he's going to get a character. I cannot speak. I've been talking into this microphone for quite some time now. It's after 1 in the morning. I've slept for less than 20 hours throughout this entire week. I'm feeling kind of loopy. I am going to be using points. Like I said, Daniel W has requested to be in this game. If any of you want to be in the game as like a new colonist, just specify like what you want your nickname to be, what gender you want your character to be, and whenever we get new recruits, I'll put you guys in the game, or in the future, whenever a new season starts, you guys can fight over it, see who wants to be in the game. So we're going to make Smokey Dan. He's actually going to be the son of Bad Luck. You know what? We'll make him real quick in case any of you guys don't know how to use prepare carefully. So we're gonna go back. So yeah, we've picked our world. This is going to be the create character screen. Prepare carefully is going to take us to a screen where we can prepare carefully. We can actually customize absolutely everything about everything. I don't know what Smokey Dan would like to look like, but he's going to be the long lost son of Bad Luck. That's what I remember. So we have all these options. So let's take off his hat. No hat for you. No hat for you. Whoa, wait, what? For some reason I was clicking through. I thought it was like a bunny hat, because I wasn't really paying attention. I'm looking for the none. It'd be great if I could right click this and pick from a list. That would be fantastic. I like that mohawk. We're keeping the mohawk. For the backstory, actually, let's do the backstory. Something spacey with shooting skill. So that's what we're going to be looking for. Let's find something spacey. The long lost son, abandoned in space, perhaps an awkward nerd, a basic combat droid. I don't think that's going to work. What do we want to pick? There's so much stuff here. Disaster survivor, maybe. That could be good. I know that's not spacey, but a disaster survivor. This is made for someone else, but it could work. We'll change this. Well, I'll just read it. Steven was uprooted when marauders attacked his family farm, destroying machinery and killing farmhands and beasts alike. You know, that doesn't apply to this. Yeah, there's lots of stuff, guys. There's lots of stuff to pick from. I'm using the point system. You can actually turn off using points, and then you can make these guys all like 20 and everything and start them out in like power armor and stuff. I'm just not going to be doing that. This is actually harder than I thought it would be. Picking something spacey for a child. An orphan of war. That could be interesting. Negotiating, disabled, minus research, cooking, construction, and mining. That's weird. I really don't know. Space cadet. Shooting, melee, plant cutting, disabled. You know what? We're going to pick Space Cadet. Yes. Adulthood. I don't know. What's an acolyte of the stars? Traveling across the universe. Became poorer and poorer, but used every means possible to carry on. Minus social, plus medicine, plus artistic, minus research. Cleaning, haul. We're not going to do that. Bounty hunter could be fun. That's kind of spacey. We're going to do a bounty hunter. What's the difference between these? I like this one because it doesn't have cleaning disabled. Let's do it. Yeah. So shooting skill is already pretty high, and you're gonna love shooting because that is in your blood. We're even gonna make you a careful shooter, just like your papa. I'm not sure what else we're gonna give you though. Maybe nothing. Maybe iron-willed. Being alone so long in the universe, you've kind of learned to focus, keep yourself sane. Let's make you a little crazy. Let's make you a psychopath. That's actually a good trait, honestly. Pants, you're not wearing any. You need pants. We'll just give you some regular cloth pants. Middle clothing layer, trousers, tunic. I kind of just want you to have nothing. And then top clothing layer, just like your dad, you're going to be wearing a poncho. Actually, we should probably give you something. Yeah. That cost a lot of points. Actually, it's the poncho that cost a lot of points. Alright. It looks so silly. This is going to be... I don't know what to use for the actual name. I mean, I know what your actual name is. I just don't know how you'd feel about that. I guess if you use it on YouTube, you are okay with it being out there in the whole wide world. I'm sorry, I do not remember specifically how to spell your last name, so you're just going to be W. Daniel W. Smokey Dan. That is going to be the first guy. I'm going to set some of this stuff up, but you guys see how this goes. I'm going to set all this stuff up, and then we're going to come back once I have the next part ready. So yeah, I'll be back in just a moment. Alright guys, I went ahead and set everything up. I even tabbed out, checked on the name. So Daniel W, you are now Smokey Dan in the game. Hopefully your character is okay. Again, this is going to be the son of Bad Luck. If you do not know who Bad Luck is a character that was in I believe the first season or the last season of Alpha 10's modded RimWorld, and then he somehow made his way into the first season of Alpha 11 modded RimWorld, and basically he was a badass. So this guy is going to be his long lost son. Was a space cadet and then eventually a bounty hunter as he grew up. Loves shooting. Also found a joy with tinkering, as well as trying to figure out how to patch himself up after his riskier bounty missions. He's a careful shooter, a psychopath, and iron-willed. He's going to be rocking a poncho just like his long-lost father. So yeah, that's going to be Smokey Dan. And next up we have Z the Surgeon. She was an artisan farmer, which disables her combat skills, so she's incapable of violent. And then she was a Glitter World Surgeon. She's sanguine, a hard worker, and has a green thumb, so she's going to be our primary grower and cook, as well as doing a bit of wardening, a little bit of art on the side. And then next up we have Boots, the pro miner. Boots was a vat-grown soldier that grew up to be a professional miner. She has a chemical interest, a bloodlust, and she's psychopathic, mostly because she never quite got over the stuff whenever she was little, going through the training that the vat-grown soldiers go through. So she's a little crazy. She's just a little crazy. She loves all the combat stuff. I'm going to be giving her a ranged weapon. She's incapable of carrying a social because of her stuff that's going on in her vat-grown soldier background. But she's going to be doing a lot of construction as well as doing some research whenever she has the time, and she's going to be helping out with mining. I made her as our primary researcher. This may not work out super well because she's also going to be doing construction, but Smokey Dan can help out with construction as well as Z. They're not going to be super quick at it, but everyone can do it. We have multiple people that are capable of medicine, and we have 2 people that are capable of medicine and 2 people that are capable of social. In case you guys are wondering, like, why are you bringing this up? Why does that matter? It's because basically it's good. Redundancy is a good thing. So next up, we have the resources and equipment tab. So again, if you're new to prepare carefully, I'm using this point system. I have 0 points remaining, so I picked some stuff. But basically it puts stuff that you would normally start with over in this tab. Everything costs points. So I removed everything and then added stuff back in based on what I thought would be good to have. So we're going into a boreal forest, so we know that there's going to be wood. So I took out some of the wood. I still gave us a little bit that way in case we needed to make some sort of quick shelter. We could go ahead and get that up. as well as to keep us from having to chop down too many trees in the beginning once we're getting set up. I gave us parkas because it's going to be a little bit colder. Oh no, we're not in the boreal forest. What am I talking about? I chickened out, and we're going to be in a regular forest. Well, I can get rid of these guys and now have 765 points left over. That's magical. So if I get rid of these guys, oh, we have so many points left over. There are a lot of guns, guys. There's actually just a lot of stuff in general here. It gave us 50 packaged survival meals just to get us going. 100 potato seeds just in case we have a blight. There's a patch to remove seeds if you don't want to play with them, but I like playing with the seeds even though they're a little bit buggy. But in case there's a blight, you always want to make sure you have a reserve of seeds. The steel bars are to help us get started once we research stuff that we can actually build out of steel bars. So primarily like a steam generator and our first turret is what I'm thinking of, and I think that should be enough to get all of those things. You know what, in fact, let's take this up. Let's get 600 steel bars. That should be enough to get us a steam generator, a battery, and a turret, as well as a little bit of power conduits, possibly even a couple lights. Speaking of lights, let's go ahead and get a little bit of glass too, because that would be useful. So let's get we'll get 20 glass, and let's check out some weapons. I'm not sure what I want to give us now that we have so much money. I give them each 1,000 weapon, 1,000 point weapon, AK-101 assault rifle of the Kalashnikov series. Accuracy is actually really solid at still long range, 80%. That's pretty good for an assault rifle. Warm up is 1 second, cooldown is 0.66 seconds, damage is 2, burst shot of 2. I actually kind of like that with a slow rate of fire. You know what, we're going to try these. I've never used these, so we're going to get a couple of them. We still have 119 points left. Let's get a few more things in medicine. Let's get a few. Oh, what do we do? Let's take a little bit of wood away. There we go. I'm going to save this preset just in case anything bad happens. Alright, so this preset, along with the world and just the actual save once we get on the ground, I will go ahead and make a little version of that, and you guys can download that, and if you'd like to play along with me using these specific colonists with this specific setup on this exact spot, I think that'd be pretty cool. You guys will have a different experience than I have, of course, because this game is really random sometimes. Now, like I said before, we are going to be playing on not research. We are going to be playing on Phoebe because I want to learn stuff. As much fun as it is struggling through the game, I do want to learn stuff, and I feel like this Let's Play specifically should be about learning things, especially now that Ninefinger was kind enough to put me on the mod page. So any of you coming from that web page specifically, or any of you that are just new to the modded RimWorld, I wanted us to be able to learn some stuff. So we can have some challenges later, but right now we're going to be learning some stuff. So we're going to be playing on Phoebe on rough. And I'll show you guys the world again real quick. We're going to be down here in this section of the world. Growing period of year-round should be super easy. Limestone and slate, my two favorite blocks. We got those going, and it's mountainous. We should be okay for everything else. I'll set these up in a little bit, but for right now, yeah, I don't think it matters at the moment. Why do we have steel? Did we just land next to steel? I think we did. Alright, let's check out our map. Actually, let's give our people weapons first. So Z is a pacifist, so she won't be getting anything. Boots will be getting one, and Smokey Dan will be getting one as well. I will go ahead and unforbid all these things. I kind of want to stay in this area just because I don't want them to have to haul lots of stuff everywhere. But it is debatable. It looks like a lot of the mountain area is going to be on this side of the map, so this wouldn't actually be a bad spot to dig into. There are a couple of geothermals right here that we can take advantage of. There's even one right here if we needed. We could wall in this little area right here, and then eventually wall in this area right here. That way people would have to go all the way around to get through just to the main area. I kind of like that, so I think we're probably going to stay right here. We may build a little makeshift shelter right here to begin with, or we may just dig in. I'm not sure. Let's have a nice little lake over here. I wouldn't mind doing something in this section, actually. If we came over here, this is already walled in quite nicely. We have this geothermal geyser right here we can take care of. We come in here, just wall off a little section to create our first room, and then dig all the way through here. But that isn't going to be large enough. I want this to be a large sprawling colony. I don't think it's going to give us enough room. So we're going to stay in this little area. I have talked myself into it. And we're pretty much going to go right here. So we're going to set up some stockpiles for the beginning. Let's go ahead and get a nice large stockpile set up. They can move whatever they want into it. I'm going to set you to preferred for right now. No rotten, please. No corpses, please. And no chunks. Everything else is fine. So you guys get to haul in. Let's go ahead and set up some mining orders, though. That way we can get a little room dug out. And I like this spot right here because it's already narrowed. We'll bring a haul back a little ways because sappers. We'll bring the haul back, and then we'll do a nice size room. They're going to be living in this room for a while, so I want it to be a good size room. Let's go with that. All right, so you guys get to hauling. Like I said, I'm not gonna fiddle with this at the moment. I will fiddle with that possibly off camera or in the future, but for right now, I want these guys to get to work. Let's go to furniture rather. And for those of you that are new, you can see right off the bat that there are lots of things. Lots and lots of things. I'll put a torch over here in the corner. You guys are getting to work. This is lovely. We'll need a dumping stockpile. I feel like that would be a good area. Or this over here would be a good area. Let's do it over here. Let's do a little dumping stockpile in this section. For right now. Boots is mining. Everyone else is hauling stuff. Once this room opens up, I will probably set it to... I'll set someone else to mining. If you guys could haul these rocks away while she's doing that, that would actually be a big help. Look at Boots just taking care of business. I'll set up Smokey Dan to help out with mining. You know, I'll set them all up to help out with mining. Actually, no. Z, I don't want you to mine. We need to get some stuff going. This, I've never messed with this. You can group up colonists and like set up pre-made locations and stuff for them to go to and like combat and stuff like that. I've never fiddled with it, and I don't necessarily want to start fiddling with it, so I'm not going to fiddle with it. Apologies if you want to see how that works, but I am not your guy for that, because there's already enough that I have to worry about. I'm not the greatest at RimWorld. I do enjoy it quite a bit though. That's 24. We can do more than that. We'll do that. Yeah, we'll do that. That'll be 35. That'll give us a reserve of about 60% of our seeds. So yeah, that's one of the bugs going on with this. They don't actually walk over there to plant anything. They just kind of like Jedi mind trick the seeds into the ground. And hopefully this isn't too dark for you guys. I do have a patch added on to make it just a little bit brighter, but the purpose of the darkness mod is to actually make it like if it was dark outside, if it was nighttime, you know, if there isn't like a full moon outside, if it's cloudy or something, it's actually quite dark. And also it makes the lighting look really, really nice. So I'm going to be keeping the darkness. Like I said, once we get some lights up, it'll look a lot better. But for right now, it's going to be a little dark. These guys are sleeping it off. We have lots of meals. These seeds need to get put inside because they do degrade from being outside, unfortunately. Z is going to be doing a bit of cloud watching. So we need a story for these guys. I don't think I made one for vanilla, but we need a story. Perhaps Smokey Dan. He heard about his father bad luck, running into some trouble on a RimWorld out in the jungle, and he wanted to go meet his father for the first time, perhaps be a hero and even save his father. So perhaps he put together a crew. He got Boots, who's just like the meanest girl that he could find, the meanest soldier he could find. Has some experience doing some mining, some construction, some of that stuff, some crafting. but just really loves to put the hurt on people because, you know, Smokey Dan, he was a bounty hunter, so he's got to have a crew that's capable of taking down enemies. And then Z is going to be there as just, you know, the friendly doctor, patching him up, keeping him fed. She's going to be kind of like the caretaker figure of the crew, if you will. I think that's a good start. So perhaps they were on the way to the planet, and maybe this is another continent on that world. They crash landed on the planet, but they didn't make it to the right area, or this is maybe a couple of worlds away. They didn't quite make it. Maybe they got under attack by some pirates that Smokey Dan has angered, and some of his previous exploits. Maybe he captured one of them as part of his bounty, and they're super grumps at him. I don't know. Stuff to make it fun, guys. I know a lot of you probably don't care about the role playing or the story, but I know that a lot of you probably do enjoy it. So yeah, it's just going to be one of those little flavor things. Help get things going along. Set us up a little word picture thing going on. Yeah, stuff. Yes. Well, we can go ahead. I should have got furs. That's what I should have got, because you can't build beds even. Well, we need wood planks. So I should have got wood plank and furs. Yeah. Yep. Alright. So structure. Door. Yes. And we'll put some sleeping spots in there. We'll get a torch in there. We'll get some cooking stuff going on in there. Research bench. And it will be lovely. Fallville, sure. I like it. Welcome to Fallville, guys. Look at Boots. The psychopath wanted it clean. Oh, that's so good. That's so good. Alright, let's put the sleeping spots in the back corner over here. I would like to set up a stockpile. Perhaps in this corner over here, and this is going to be critical and clear everything. This is going to hold any food, any seeds, and any medicine we may have for the time being. I know that's not a very large spot, but it is large enough for our needs right now. We will also need a prep table, which means we need to get a sawmill set up. And if we're going to use this as our stockpile, then for right now, we're just going to have the sawmill outside, and we're going to deconstruct that. Look at these guys go to work. So nice. You know what? Let's go ahead and build another torch, because we'll need it. And then we'll get a torch in here as well. That way they have a little bit of light. It's not too cold outside. I feel like this is a good start. So yeah, what I'm going to do is... because I'm a big dummy and forgot to make a save as soon as we landed because I was busy talking about stuff, this save right here, when I wrap up the episode, is going to be the save that you guys get. So you're going to have this little hole dug out. Apologies if this isn't where you wanted to go, but this is where you are right now. This is RimWorld. This is where the game stuck you. So you're kind of going to have to deal with it. We're going to make some wood planks, do it until we have, I like doing an order of 75 because that'll give us usually around 80, and I'll just drag the radius down. 20? Is 20 easier than 20 is easier than 25. Alright, so that'll get done at some point. We have that area set up. Once we get some planks set up, we can get the production stuff set up, specifically the grill, which we can set up right now. Put the grill right there. We'll put the food prep table right here once that gets built. That way Z can start making us any jerky we may get, anything like that. You know what, this can actually have, we'll do animal corpses in here. We'll do that. Alright, so I feel like this is a pretty solid first episode. We have our people. We have Smokey Dan, the long lost son of Bad Luck, put together a crew to go find and rescue his father. Unfortunately, he doesn't know that his father is dead, but he's gotten himself in his own adventure with Boots, a bona fide badass, and Z, the greatest, nicest, sweetest person you could ever imagine. Look at her crafting planks like a boss. And she's gonna cook food on the stove that was made with the planks. Oh, that's so good. I don't know why I'm excited about this. There are mushrooms in this if you're new, by the way. They grow on rough stone floors. We'll set up some bills for this real quick. You guys can set up your own bills however you decide, but I'm going to set them up like this. Do it forever. It's going to do any animal corpses within a... Oh, that's not quite far enough. We'll do it up to 35, I guess. It should be far enough. Yep. Add a simple salad, and we're going to do it until you have we'll do 5 of them, because I believe they don't last anywhere near as long as the raw food does. So we're going to make that I guess a 40 just in case anything's out of range. Yeah, and that should be good. Oh, we need to do our jerky as well. Jerky, I'm going to set this to do forever because jerky lasts a lot longer than raw meat. So it's always good to turn your meat into jerky. Be careful of the human meat though. You may not necessarily want that. But yeah, I think that's going to wrap up this episode. So, you know, the first episode, it's always got that sort of long intro type thing going on. We need a research bench, by the way. I'll get you guys a research bench before we take off. Steel ore and wood planks. I'll put it over here in this corner. These are going to expire in a day. So I'll get a couple torches ready. We still have plenty of wood set up. We have no silver? I didn't give us any silver, guys. Oh man. We can't do any trading. I did not give us any silver at all. That is awkward. It'll be okay. We'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Them's the breaks. That's RimWorld. And you know what? Pretend I'm just part of the AI storyteller, making your life that much more difficult, that much more challenging. So yeah, I feel like I've given you guys a pretty good start. We have stuff stockpiled, we have stuff growing. I've given you guys a research bench that'll be done in a moment, some cooking stuff, and the sawmill. You got a few beds down, or sleeping spots down, some stockpiles. And I feel like you're in a pretty solid area that is going to be a nice, easily defensible area. If you don't want to use this room for much, you can actually expand out this way. It's still pretty defensible because all you have to do is wall this section off, wall off this area over here, and then perhaps this area over here, leave your entrance wherever you want. And that's a pretty large area to play around in, especially if you build inside the caves and stuff as well. So yeah, like I said before, the prepare carefully stuff, the save stuff, and the world stuff, I'm going to put that in a little zip folder for you guys and put a link in the description below if you would like to take this save and make it your own. And it'll be interesting reading what you guys, if any of you play along, what happens to you guys in your colony versus what's happening in mine. So yeah, that's going to wrap up this episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. As always, thanks for watching, and have a good one.